Hello everyone, this is Niu Honglin, and today I have three very special guests. They are all scientists. So I planned some AI-related questions to ask them and see will their views be consensus or be a little bit different from each other's. So question number one, do you think, will AI ever develop self-awareness? 1, 2, 3. Oh, okay, so you have a different answer. Explain your choice.
I think with agentic AI, so where you have an idea of a single entity working by itself and the freedom of it fine-tuning its own neural network, you could have a possibility where it's able to understand that if this object is working with this object, whether another AI or a human or an animal, then in a sense I am different. This object is different from that object. That at least I think would be one rudimentary way of seeing self-awareness. There are other aspects which I do not know whether they will happen. For example, one test of self-awareness is that if you look at a mirror, do you know that you're seeing yourself? I have no clue whether this will happen or not.
Ziyuan, why do you say yes?
I think, before answering this question, I have a question. Because consciousness, I think from now on, scientists or philosophers don't give us a standard or definition of what is consciousness. So, as for AI, I think it can understand you, but I think there's no inner instance of itself. More like it can simulate your actions and your data, but it didn't know who it is and understand the unwritten meanings or the meaning behind the papers. Yeah, so that's why I choose. Yeah.
Interesting answers, which lead me to my next question. Could AI develop emotions towards another AI? Will AI love another AI? 1, 2, 3. Oh, interesting. Okay, Gerard, why do you think the answer is no?
Well, to define emotion in general, for example, in machines, is a very difficult task, and we have not been able to model that into machines very well. So you can maybe have some kind of a simulation of some kind of emotion like love and so on. It might maybe land this in data and something like that, but nothing will emerge naturally like we humans do when we fall in love for the first time and something like that. I don't think any such kind of emotion will be real.
So we're talking about no, not today, not 5 years, not 10 years, not forever, no.
No, but what I think is going to be possible is how do you call it? AI being in love with humans, because the humans actually find them, loving. You understand? Yeah. So there are actually instances of these wherein some people are even say, oh, they have an AI girlfriend, something like that. So much of that emotion will actually come from the human, not necessarily the AI. The AI will just do what it's been programmed to do, which is to feed you more kind of emotions that you think is real, which is not based on reality.
Yeah. Okay, so humans will love AI.
Yeah.
AI would pretend to love back, but don't really understand what is happening.
Exactly.
Yeah, so when you ask this question, there is a movie in my mind called Her.
Yes.
Exactly. That is a very typical example of it.
Yeah.
So in that movie, it's about a man falling in love with an AI.
Yeah.
And when he found out that this AI has been in love with other men,
so many people, yes.
he got so angry, and it's a really good movie to watch.
Okay. Question number 3. Can an AI truly become an artist that not only simulate, not only mimic, but also really create and having the impulse of its own and create art? 1, 2, 3. So not sure. Is that means yes and no?
Actually, yes.
All of you have different answers. Okay, let's start with the yes and no. What is yes and no? That is not even an answer.
Right. Yes and no in the sense that how many humans are able to create something original, right?
That's harsh.
No, I mean I face
Criticizing humans.
no, I face it every day. I am
Yes,
not able to
yes.
create things that are original, right? But more than that, it like there's a thread running through these questions, right? I mean, can the AI do what humans do today, right? And it could be possible for an AI to do things which, if a human were to do, you would recognize as loving, as creative, as expressive. But because it's an AI, the question in our minds will always remain that is this real?
Is
or-
this genuine? Is this
Yes.
authentic?
Yes.
How about a yes? We've got a yes. Who
Yeah.
believes?
Yeah, I do believe that eventually, in fact, they are already doing that. So they're creating really, how do you call it, very inspiring kind of art today. So recently, we saw one of the state-of-the-art image generation model called Nano Banana. So it's been able to do these incredible artistic infographic images. And I believe, and it was not like it was trained precisely to do that in some ways, but at a fundamental level, it will just know what kind of image or what kind of artistic flavor to add to these
Work.
images, yes, based on what it's been prompted to do.
But according to your theory, they are basically doing math. It's human who are interpreting the art, thinking that they have meaning and giving it meaning and understanding it as something authentic.
Yeah, that's my whole point. So that the aspect of you saying, oh, this art is really, is original or authentic depends on the human that is looking at it, right?
On the audience.
And to me, art has a very, how do you call it, objective kind of perspective, and people have objective perspective based on art. It's not like something subjective to one person. So I just believe it will at some point, it will at some point be good or be beneficial to say, yes, this kind of art that has been
Having
produced by this model
art
is actually
related value.
authentic. Yeah.
Yes. Ziyuan?
Yeah, I'm not sure yes or no.
Oh.
Yeah, because when we regard some people or person as an artist, we might they usually like express themselves or their inner mind by music, painting, or other thing. So I think if enough people acknowledge that because like image created by AI is art or is masterpiece, I think that's okay. He is artist. Yeah.
Well,
Sorry, can
of
I
course.
give you a small, like offer a small coda? I think it, in a sense, it reflects back to a question which has been asked earlier in the 1900s. So, for example, pre-1900s art, or roughly pre-impressionism art, is about photorealism. Can you capture shadows? Can you capture exactly how a person looks? Right? But once cameras came online, that just became a waste of time. I mean, there was no need for a person to slave away for months to, do this. You could just do it in, 3 minutes first, but now it's an instant. But that actually led to a different question. People started questioning what is the meaning of art itself. So, like, what is the point of doing this? And I do believe, although I'm not an expert, that this was one of the catalysts for impressionism. That, rather than trying to capture photorealism, you try to capture a mood, try to capture a thought. And that's why you look at all of these impressionists like Monet, and there's not one single well-defined object in the painting, but the whole painting together is well-defined. So it could be that, say, for example, an AI is able to compose a symphony, but then that might lead us to ask that is it really art to compose the symphony?
Well, you know, these questions do not have right answers or wrong answers. It's just a different interpretation, different understanding. And what's fun for me is that today I get to see these questions from scientist's point of view. So for those of you who have finished watching this short video, let us know, what do you think about these answers? And leave your preferences, your understandings in the comment area. And if you're interested in knowing more about AI, knowing more about the development of technology and what technologies can do in different communities, in different countries in the world, tune in to our podcast series, Global South Next Generation Voices and Visions. We will see you there. Bye-bye.
This is CGTN Radio. Hear the difference.